Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here and give you a quick kind of breakdown of what next week is going to look like. So, next week we're starting remote learning, and I just wanted to show you where you can find all of the things that you need to be successful, but also give you some tips and just tell you what my expectations of you are and what my goals are to help you be successful. So I thought I would make this video with my face so that you guys can see me. I miss seeing you guys every day, and this is definitely not the most fun way to teach, and I've never missed being in school more. So let's get into this. So I made this little presentation for you of how to be successful in online classes. This is something that we've never done before. I've never taught online classes. You've never been a student in an online class unless you've done like grad point for makeup, but the majority of you have not been in an online course. And being that I've never taught one, everything is going to be kind of a little bit different than in grad point. So 5 tips to be successful in an online class. The first thing you want to do is you want to set yourself a daily schedule. You want to make a routine and stick with it. Make sure you have some semblance of a routine. It will help you be more focused and more ready to work when it's time to work. Make yourself a timetable. It doesn't have to be exactly the way the county has set it up or the way teachers are. You can kind of work at your own pace and at your own time, but you do want to make some sort of schedule for yourself. And during that time that you've put forth for learning, make sure you limit your distractions. Maybe you put your phone on silent. Maybe you go to a quiet place in your house if you can find one, and just try and limit as much distractions as you can. Even though you're working online and on a computer, you should still take notes. You could take notes on a computer if you want, or you could have paper notes. I will have notes sheets that you can print, download, use on Google Docs, or you can just take your own notes on paper. But you do want to take some sort of notes to make sure that you're paying attention and following along in class. Ask your teacher for help when you need it. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, always ask. Sometimes I may not be able to answer your question right away, but I will try and answer it as quickly as I can. So go ahead and ask it. If it's something that's pertaining to math in the class, it might be better to ask via Canvas so that everyone can see. But if not, you can always email me or send me a message on Remind. Don't be afraid to watch the videos more than once. The beauty of online learning is that if you didn't understand what it said the first time, then you can listen to it again. You don't have to wait for me to say it. You don't have to ask me to repeat myself. You can just click replay and it'll replay it for you. So watch the videos as many times as you need so that you know how to do the problems. I will be able to see how many times people are watching videos, and if there's a segment that everyone seems to be watching a bunch of times, then I'll know that I should go ahead and maybe put that into a live lesson because a lot of people aren't understanding it. And last, don't procrastinate. The minute that you wait to the last minute to do everything is when Edpuzzle is going to be slow. Canvas is going to need maintenance. Your internet's not going to be working properly. So don't wait until the last minute to do everything. Spread it out. That's why I'm giving you everything on Monday so that you can plan it out throughout the week so that you're not stuck watching 40 minutes of videos all in one day. You can work throughout the week, set aside some time for each day, for each topic, so that you don't have to spend a really long time working on math. The goal is for you to do a little bit each day. So my weekly plan for you. I'm going to give you a series of mini videos. I'm talking short, under 10-minute videos, and those will all be on Edpuzzle. In the videos, there are questions for you to complete. Then you'll go, there's an app that you can use to do that. It's just as good as actually the computer. It's a really good app. So if you want to use the app because you have to share the computer with your other siblings, that's fine. It works just as well, which is what I like about it. After you've done videos on Edpuzzle, there's going to be extra practice assignments in Canvas. Think of the Edpuzzle videos as the lesson. That's like in regular class what I taught you, and then we had classwork, and then your homework is the extra practice. So if you want to think of it that way to kind of help gauge what you should be doing. At the end of the week, the last bit of your to-do list is going to be to take a quiz on Canvas. This is you can use your notes while you're taking it, but that's all I would like for you to be using. It's just your notes in your brain, obviously. So you can use calculators. There's a couple of different places. If you need a graphing calculator for a particular question, I will be embedding Desmos into Canvas for you. So you won't have to worry about graphing calculators. You just need some sort of four-function calculator, more than likely. Every day, I expect that you will log into Canvas and Edpuzzle. You'll look for new assignments, you'll work on assigned work, you'll email me any questions that you have. You should probably dedicate about 30 to 45 minutes each day for math. That's probably for each class, depending on what classes you're taking. But you don't have to do it all at once. Maybe you break it up. Maybe you work from math for a little bit, then you do English, then you do PE, then go back to your math. You don't have to spend a long time at once. It's your day. You get to choose when you do things. That's the beauty of online learning. That's what the schedule is for, though, to make sure that you've set aside enough time to get everything done that you need to get done. Make sure that you're asking questions. Use Canvas discussion boards. That's my biggest hope is that you do that so I don't answer the same question 8 times to 8 different students, especially if it's a question that has to do with the math. So if you ask it on Canvas, then everyone sees the question and everyone can see my response. If it's something that's personal to just you, then by all means, please send me an email. Don't ask that in a discussion board, but if it's something pertaining to where do I find the questions, where do I find this, how do I do this on math, in it's math or course related, then put that into Canvas. I will be having virtual office hours and class times, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but attend them. If you need them, come, ask questions, even if it's just to come in and see and hear other people's questions that you didn't even know you had, that would be a good thing to do. My plan to help you be successful is each week I'm going to provide you a checklist, and I will show you that checklist later on. It'll come out on Monday, and all this stuff will be available to you on Monday, so you can work throughout the week. Then I'm going to try and provide feedback and answer questions with most a 24-hour turnaround. So I'm trying to grade the Edpuzzle questions within 24 hours. I'm trying to answer emails within 24 hours. During my weekly office hours, which will be Monday through Thursday from 1 to 2, that's when I'm going to be emailing faster. So if you email me between 1 and 2, I will probably answer your email, hopefully within the next 10 minutes so that it's quicker. Then you could also set up one-on-one appointment times with me if you have specific questions pertaining to you. And your parents can join you in this time. We can set it up through Google Meets, or we can just do a phone call, whichever works best for you. And then I will also provide scheduled class meetings throughout the week, and I'm going to give you more details on that in just a second. So this is the sample daily schedule that WCPSS Wake County sent out. Apex High School, I think for the most part, is also following this. This is when a lot of your classes will be meeting. And this is just to make sure that we're not overlapping so that I'm not meeting at the same time as your English teacher. So you don't have to choose between us. So my class times will be for first and third period between 8:30 and 9:30, and then second period will be 10 to 11. And you can see that on this slide. So if you're in third period and you can't make Tuesday, but you can make Monday, then by all means, come to Monday. I teach the same thing first and third period, so it doesn't matter which day you come. Second period is the only one I'm limiting to Monday and Wednesday. So Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11 is reserved for second period only students. 1 to 2 each of those days will be my office hours. So that's when you can get quicker email responses or set up one-on-one appointments. And as long as we're not getting to a point where everyone's coming on Monday and I can't answer everyone's questions because there's so many of us, then it really doesn't matter if you come to Monday or Tuesday during first or third period. How will we be graded? The big question we keep getting, they haven't really given us a lot of guidance here, but this should help you kind of track your progress and gauge where you're at. I would think a distinguished student would be someone that's watching and completing all assignments and scoring in the A range on all of their assignments. An accomplished student would be a student that's watching and completing most assignments. They're scoring in the B range on what they're completing. A proficient student is watching and completing around half of the assignments. They're scoring in the C range on all of their completed assignments. And an engaged student would be someone that's doing the bare minimum. They're watching and completing some of the assignments and they're scoring D's or lower. So they're really not trying super hard. So you can kind of think about those, I would say, are the levels of engagement, and you just kind of think about where you want to be and what you would want your grade to be reflected if it came to that. But you do want to make sure you're at some level in this range of ideas. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the to-do list. So you'll get this every Monday. At the very top, it'll have the week and the dates. Then it'll have the tutoring times and the links for the Google Meets. Then below it, I'll have the week's objectives of what I want you to be able to do by the end of the week. Any notes that you should print or download. Again, I'm going to try and make the notes so that you don't have to print them out if you don't have a printer. So I've done this through Google Docs. So if you click on it, it's going to force you to make a copy. And that's because I don't want you to change my original. So you make a copy, and up here, pull it down, you can change the name. I want you to make it your first and last name, especially if it's something that needs to be turned in. And then you can fill this in. Anything you do here won't change the original because it's your copy of the notes. And you can just take your notes as they are. The formatting will change a little bit if you change the entering, like how it enters down. But for the most part, you should be able to just fill in your notes there and do any practice. Again, so you don't have to print if you don't have a printer. You can just do it that way. Or you can print it out, or you can just use a piece of paper if you prefer paper notes but don't have a printer. You can just kind of remake your own. Then all the videos are listed here. Extra practice is listed here. And then your last thing to do is the Canvas quiz. I've color coded everything, so anything that's the same color should be grouped together. So you'd want to watch these blue videos, then do this blue practice. Watch these green videos, then do the green practice. And then the orange worksheet goes with the orange videos and the orange practice. You will have unlimited attempts to do extra practice things to get the best grade that you can, to make sure you're understanding and learning. The Canvas quiz at the end of the week, you'll only have 2 attempts to do your best. So you want to make sure you're trying your hardest. At the end of each of these, you'll be able to get feedback, so making sure you're looking through that to make sure you understand it. On Canvas, this is the homepage. The to-do list will be linked at the top, and then if you click to the left under modules, I have everything listed out. This will be on yours on Monday. So you start at the top and you work your way down. When you're in this is just telling you to watch these videos. There's nothing to submit. So you would just look at the videos to watch. Click next, and it brings you to the next practice. Each practice will have a printable version. You don't have to print it. You can just complete it on Canvas. But to submit it, you do need to make sure that you complete it in Canvas. And you'll just work through all of that. Ed Puzzle is where all the videos are. Work from the top to the bottom. The due dates, I have them set so that the things due first are at the top and the things due last are at the bottom. They vary by like a minute, but I just want it to be that way so you see. As you finish it, it goes to the completed assignments page, so you won't see it in your to-do list anymore, which is kind of nice. It will, if you haven't turned something in, show up in your late. It'll show up as late and be at the top, so you just want to make sure you complete it to make it go away. So that was kind of a quick rundown of the whole course and where everything is. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Put it on Canvas if it's something that pertains to everyone. If it's just you, just send me an email. But I hope that this helps you and helps answer any questions and gives you an idea of what to expect next week as we roll out remote learning for reals. And I hope to see you guys at your class meetings. I miss seeing you guys, so I enjoy when I get to see you at those meetings. So please stop in, say hi, and have a great rest of your spring break. Bye, guys.